All right, so let's start by installing UV and set up our Python project and environment. So I'm going to paste the command here. You can also follow along. Okay, everything is installed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new directory for our project. So just type UV init and let's call it weather. Okay. As you can see here inside the folder, a new folder with project files has been created. So let's go inside that folder, cd weather. Then if you open this, this is my Python version. Inside the main file, we are going to write everything we need. This is basically a boilerplate to start our Python project. Great. So what is next? We also need some dependency here. Let's install the dependencies. So you can add dependencies for MCP CLI and HTTPX. Just hit enter, it will run everything we need. Okay, great. Let's start building our server in this main.py file. From typing import any, importing HTTPX, from mcp.server.fastmcp, we are simply initializing our fast MCP server just like that. You can name anything you want. So these are the constant that we can also define in env file, but for now I'm keeping it simple to help you understand. Okay, as the next step, we need to implement our helper functions. This function makes request to NWS and provides the response to us. You can see this is the client for API get request. Okay, great. So it's returning the response.json. And another helper function is simply formatting our alert. So what is the format? Basically, if you read this, format an alert feature into a readable string. So whatever we get from the response, we are mapping to this format so that we can read easily, right? Great. Now we have the helper functions, we have the constants defined, and we initialized our MCP server. What is next? So we need to implement tool as the next step. Well, the tool execution handler is responsible for actually executing the logic of each tool we define. Okay, so we can add or define the tool like this. Okay, we have the helper functions. Let me write the comment here. Okay, now here we are going to write the tools. And you can see here, the first tool we are defining is actually get alerts. This is a tool that we are going to use through our chat model. So this tool gets the weather alerts for a US state. It has to be a US state. Okay. And we are making request to NWS server or the API. And if the data is not found, we are simply returning a string. And if the data is available, we are simply returning the alert. Great. Similarly, there's another tool that we define here, get forecast. Get weather forecast for a location. We are providing the argument as longitude and latitude, and it returns the forecast for that location. As the next step, what we do is we need to run our server. We are not really using this function, so we can get rid of this. In here, what we can do is we can simply initialize and run our MCP server, just like this mcp.run, and choose the transfer method to be the stdio. Source bin activate. Okay, now we have the virtual environment activated. The next step is to run the server. So let's test our server with the Claude for desktop. What we need to do is download the Claude for desktop. Just go to Google and search for Claude desktop, and it will give you the desktop client that you can download. Choose the OS that you have. Choose Windows if you are running on a Windows computer. After you download and install Claude for desktop, this is what you will see. Now we need to configure the Claude for desktop to talk to our local server, local MCP server that we have here, right? So that's the goal. Go to your bottom left, click on settings and go to developer. And here we need to configure our local MCP servers. Okay, click on edit config, click on Claude desktop config.json file. This is the file that we need to configure. You can open this with any editor of your choice. Now let's add our server here, just like that. And here it says absolute path to parent folder weather. Right, that's the name of our MCP server. So I'm gonna go to my folder. This is where my folder is located. Click on copy path, come back here and just paste the full absolute path here. Alrighty, so it is done. Now save it and restart the Claude for desktop. Now, when you restart Claude for desktop, it's possible that you might be facing this issue. Let's see how we can fix that. Click on settings, go to developer again, click on edit config, open the file, and you see here where it says UV, we need to find where exactly these binaries. So let's go to our terminal and let's type for which UV. It gives me the location where my UV binaries are. So I'm gonna copy this, paste here, just save the file, close it, and restart the Cloud for Desktop again. So the error is gone, but looks like there's another error again. Server disconnected. For troubleshooting guidance, please visit. Let's see what is happening. Directory weather.py, run weather.py. So actually, if you look at our file name, it's not weather.py, it's MCP weather and main.py, right? So let's click on edit config, open the file again. And here we just need to change it to main.py. Close it, repeat the process again. Awesome. Now there's no error when I open the Cloud for Desktop. Great. So this tells me that the error is gone. We are ready to talk to our local MCP server. Okay, now I'm gonna ask for the weather. Give me the weather alert for New York. When I hit enter, it should go and talk to my local server. I'm expecting this Cloud for Desktop to recognize the local server because I have configured that just now, right? So let's see what happens. See here, it's actually detecting that this prompt can be solved using our local server. It's auto detecting. It is trying to use this tool that we defined, right? So let me click on allow once. Let's see, it is going to the local server. Now see, this is actually reading from the local machine. If you expand it, you can see the request state was NY, then response current statement. Now great. So how do we debug if there's any other error or issues coming up here? So we can use inspector to do that. How do we open our inspector? To run the inspector, just type this and provide the command for the inspector. We're gonna say uv run main.py. Okay, so npx model context protocol inspector uv run main.py, whatever the server file name is. Okay, let's click that. After we do this, click here, it will open a browser window for you. This is interesting. Now the command is this, environment variable, click on connect. It will connect to our local MCP server. Connect, you can see it's connected. Now let's go to the tools because that's what we defined, right? We can select the tool from the list here, get alerts and get forecast, all the output schema of this tool. Now I want to test for the forecast. Please give me forecast for this location. Okay, let's see. And it should ask to select the tool that we have because get forecast is one of our tools. Let's click on allow. One of the things to notice here, the get forecast and get alerts are simple tools we built, right? But this is much more powerful than that. We can define our own tools and ask the AI agent or assistant to perform some certain operations on our behalf. So here is the weather forecast for a location, blah, blah, blah. It looks like we will have some rain tonight. Congratulations, we just created our first MCP server. If you like the video, please consider subscribing, and if you want the resources that we used in this video, please check the link in the description so you can copy and download for free. I'll see you guys next time.